Hi, Kurt and Rodrigo. It's so nice to see you via
Hi, Chris.
Zoom.
Hi, Chris.
Hello, staying warm. So
Hey,
I want
Chris.
to get I want to get right to the concert. This is the third of a set of three concerts that are called Homage. Kurt, could you give us a little bit of the backstory behind how the idea for these three concerts came about?
Sure, yeah. The Homage concert series, it's really about paying tribute to great guitarists. And we knew that this year that we had to reach out online with an online series. So we thought we would kind of highlight some great guitarists that have done a lot for guitar in the history of guitar and kind of made a global impact on the instrument. So we chose Roland Dions, who passed away in 2016. He's from France. We chose Julian Bream, the great British guitarist. He passed away this past August. And then
Mm,
this next concert is really a homage to South American guitar. And we have lots of South American composers and a real young hotshot guitarist from Chile as well.
great. This online concert that's going to take place on Thursday will feature four guitarists. Kurt, can you tell us who the guitarists are and how you got these four wonderful players together?
Sure, I'll start with the other local guitarists. Uh, I've collaborated with Rodrigo. I don't know how many we've done a few recitals together on the Guitar Society. So one of the guitarists is Rodrigo Munoz, who's joining us here, who's well known in Winnipeg for a number of things. For obviously his big salsa band Papa Mambo, and also as a classical guitarist, he's been involved with the Guitar Society. I don't know what 20, 30 years, Rodrigo, a long, long history.
Oh, close to 40, maybe.
You're dating or something.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, and when we thought about doing South American guitar, he was the guy that we asked first because he's so connected with that style of guitar. And I'll let him speak about what he's playing later. We also have Philippe Munier, who is kind of someone who's constantly putting out great flamenco projects in Winnipeg. And although flamenco is from Europe, it's Spanish, he really knows about dance movements, and so much of South American guitar and the compositions deal with this idea of dance forms set for classical music. And he was really just a great guy to ask for that. And I knew that he would be enthusiastic and put out a great product. And the other guitarist is myself. And I've always been a big fan of this music. And I've played these composers from South America. And it's really through practicing those pieces has really made me kind of investigate like what is the guitar scene like there and so forth. And the last guitarist, Luis Guevara, Rodrigo chose because I asked him to, who's up and coming in South America. And I'll let Rodrigo speak a little bit about Luis Guevara and what he's going to do in the show.
Roddy, do you want to
Yeah,
talk to that?
sure. So I met Luis online. I've there's a lot of hot players coming out of South America and out of Chile as well. Young people that have been winning competitions around the world and things like that. Young great virtuosos, and I'm Chilean as well, so I was very interested. And when I heard Luis, I went, wow, he's very good. So I contacted him. I like the way he's playing, his repertoire. And yeah, and his name is Luis Guevara. So Guevara, same as the famous Che Guevara.
Che, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, as the name of the concert suggests, it will consist of pieces written by South American composers. Whenever I think of Latin American music, the guitar is sort of one of the first instruments I think of in my mind. Rodrigo, you're originally from Chile. What is it about the guitar that it makes it such a prominent instrument in Latin American music?
Right. The guitar, I mean, the guitar is really such a popular instrument all over the world, but especially what 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 here in North America we call the classical guitar. It's the guitar that people play in Latin America for the most part. There are all types of guitars there as well. Smaller, bigger. Some of them are steel strung, but the guitar that people play, in their home. A lot of people have a guitar at home. Kind of like here, a lot of people have a piano at home, maybe.
Right.
Over there, it's a guitar, and it's usually what we call here a classical guitar. So nylon string, play with the fingers, for the Latin American people, that's the guitar they use, and that's how they play it. It's not they play with their fingers, not because they're classical musicians or classical guitarists. That's just the way it's always been done. So it's very common, that type of guitar, and that's why there's so many players and so much music coming out of that part of the world.
Yeah, I like the parallel between, piano here in Canada and in the United States, and then guitar in Latin America. Yeah, it's a good comparison. Rodrigo, can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to be playing on Thursday?
Well, I'm actually just going to be mostly a host, and I'm going to be playing one piece, and it's going to be a tune that I wrote that is called Cueca, which is a Chilean rhythm. Dance movement, and it's there's a bit of percussion at the beginning on the guitar, and then it's the dance movement that I wrote quite a few years ago, and that's what I'll be playing. And I can tell you, no, that's it for now. I'll let you ask more questions if you have any more.
Okay, Kurt, maybe you can tell us about what you're going to be playing.
I'm going to play a piece by Agustin Barrios Mangare, who is a Paraguayan composer, guitarist. And the piece I'm going to play is called La Catedral. It's in 3 movements. And it's a well-known piece in the classical guitar repertoire. And the movements, there's a Preludio Saudade. And this is a word that I've always been kind of attracted to. Saudade, which means a yearning or missing something, and that's the Preludio is called Preludio Saudade. It has an andante religioso on the middle, and then it ends with a very fast allegro. And it's a great piece. It has a nice programmatic story to it, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to putting it on. Yeah,
that's great. I was looking at the program for the concert on Thursday night, and one of the things I noticed is that the Chilean guitarist Luis Guevara, he's playing music of Leo Brauer. Whenever you talk to a classical guitarist, the name Brauer pops up frequently. What is it about his music that attracts guitarists? Roddy or Kurt? I'll let either one of you answer.
Sure. Leo Brauer from Cuba, a great composer. He's written a lot of music, both for guitar and also other instruments, including symphonies and concertos. But Leo is originally he's a guitarist himself. So whenever he writes for the guitar, it fits really well on the board, under your fingers, because he knows how to write for it because he's a guitarist himself. Right. So even though a lot of his pieces are quite challenging, and he's an interesting composer because you can find things that are from his pen that are quite conventional sounding, more like a neo-romantic almost. And then he also writes very modern sounding stuff. But it's always I find it very exciting, very, very rhythmical, very Cuban that way. Yeah.
And Kurt, have you played any Brauer? And if you have, what do you like about it?
It's kind of a rite of passage to be a classical guitarist and play Brauer. And I think kind of reiterating what Roddy said, that he was a great guitarist and a composer. And I think the fact that he's been a composer outside of guitar too, that when he writes for guitar, he kind of has a symphonic approach, like the different colors, and he's written some expansive pieces. It's not just little guitar tunes. They're great compositions. So, but he also really knows how the instrument works. So it's a win-win for guitarists to play it. Yeah.
Okay, so Kurt, the concert's taking place this Thursday. What time will the concert be available? And can you tell our listeners where exactly they have to go to have access to the live stream feed?
Yeah, the way that we're doing our live stream concerts is if you just go to www.winnipegclassicalguitarsociety.com, you can buy tickets on there. Tickets are $20. The link will be active for 2 weeks, so if you can't make it Thursday night, you can watch it anytime you like. You can watch it multiple times. And what happens is that you just buy the tickets on our secure site online, and we at 7 o'clock we will email you a link, and that link will become active at the concert at 8 o'clock on Thursday night.
Wonderful. This is something I was thinking about when I was putting together the interview. Can people have access to the prior to Homage concerts, or is that deadline passed?
You know, if they email and they're interested, yes. I think once this whole series is done, like it's a 3-concert series, I think parts of the series we're just going to make for free too. So we're more interested in selling tickets for this concert, and they've been well attended so far. So I'd like to thank everyone that supported us.
Oh, wow. That's great. Kurt, Rodrigo, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me today. The concert on Thursday sounds like it's going to be just great. As a fan of Latin American music myself, you can guarantee I'll be signing up for the stream. That's for sure. Thanks again for chatting with me today.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Okay. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.